Welcome to Your Wealth Matters. I'm Janet Kim Singh, Portfolio Manager at Capstone Asset Management. And today I'm joined by my fellow colleague and dealing representative on the private wealth team, Trent Heppner.
Hello.
Today, we're looking at a topic that is seemingly gaining more and more traction in the wealth management industry, and that is impact investing. Trent, this is such an interesting topic, and there certainly seems to be a growing trend among investors that have been showing a desire to place their funds into investments that align with their values and to directly make a difference through the power of investing.
Janet, I agree. Impact investing is becoming something that investors are seeking more and more. The desire to have our money align with our core values has grown considerably in recent years. Let me show some numbers with you as a backdrop. The Global Impact Investing Network, an international think tank on impact investing, recently released a study that estimated the private impact market grew to approximately 1.2 trillion at the end of 2021, up 63% since 2019. While this is an extraordinary jump, it appears to be the tip of the iceberg, as a group of cross sector corporations worth $16 trillion met approximately 18 months ago with the UN Secretary General to discuss closing the $4.3 trillion financing gap for countries striving to reach the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. The Sustainable Development Goals, also known as the Global Goals, provide a roadmap for leaders solving some of the world's most pressing challenges, including providing affordable housing and development loans to underserved communities or tackling global challenges around energy, water, circular economies, sustainability, and healthcare.
So those numbers are very significant to say the least. And actually, before we dig in much further, we should probably back up a bit and remind our viewers what impact investing is, or perhaps introduce impact investing to those that may not be familiar with it yet. Impact investments are investments made with the intention of generating positive, measurable social and environmental impact alongside a financial return. Impact investments can be made in both emerging and developed markets and target a range of returns from below market to market rate, depending on the particular fund's objectives and strategic goals. The growing impact investment market provides capital to address the world's most pressing challenges in sectors such as sustainable agriculture, renewable energy, conservation, microfinance, and affordable and accessible basic services, including housing, healthcare, and education.
Thanks for sharing that information, Janet. There can be some hesitation for investors to enter this space, and a common misconception I read and hear about with respect to impact investing is that investors feel as though they will be foregoing investment returns to have their investments align with their core values. What would you say to potential investors when discussing these returns?
So I think the investing period has risks. And so while concerns about impact investing may be valid, I would suggest that lower returns are not necessarily due to the fact that one is engaging in impact investing itself. But rather, and with any investment, really, it could be due to a number of different factors, including certain hypotheses not playing out as previously thought, perhaps poor execution of the investment strategy, or in some cases, even profit-seeking behavior through the way the fund has been set up. All of these things could negatively affect financial outcomes. But again, I would suggest that those same hurdles do exist, whether in impact investing or through any type of investing. Investing does come with a set of risks, and while those risks may vary, they're still there. Uh, for me, I would actually say the bigger challenge to having more clients committing capital to impact investing includes a lack of knowledge, potential lockup periods where one might not see an investment return for the first few years, as well as a minimum investment amount required. So I can understand there's sometimes a hesitancy when it comes to investing in something of this nature, as it might not be suitable for everyone depending on their individual circumstances.
Yeah, those are some good points, Janet. Just going back to returns, I think it's worth noting that some funds that specialize in impact investing can achieve comparable market rates, sometimes even outperforming the market. In 2022, a study by a California based university, the median impact fund had a median internal return rate of 6.4% compared to 7.4% from non impact seeking funds. As you can see, the rates of return are quite comparable.
Yes, and again, I feel like it's so dependent on the strategy within the fund and how that all gets played out. So those are all great points. And before we do close out our segment today, we would be remiss if we didn't touch on the way that Capstone is trying to make headway in the impact investing space through the launch of our first impact fund.
Janet, I would love to share some information about the launch of Capstone's first impact fund, the Capstone Kinvest Impact Fund. The objective of this fund is to help local entrepreneurs in Rwanda learn, develop, and cultivate farmland for the purpose of global distribution to achieve a sustainable economy for the community. This will be executed by purchasing and leasing Rwandan farmland while training local entrepreneurs how to cultivate, harvest, and export the crops. Over the life cycle of the fund, the intention will be to position the workers to earn a living caring for the farm and to ultimately receive ownership of the farm and to have a lifelong economic engine for themselves and their local community.
I think that sounds like an incredible way to invest our money while truly making an impact on the lives of some that could use our help the most. And I should mention as well that in addition to the Capstone Kinvest Impact Fund, Capstone recently launched the Capstone Stewardship Extension Fund at the end of February. And a primary objective here is to generate income primarily by financing mortgage investments through the acquisition, development, renovation, and or repurposing of infrastructure by Christian organizations.
It's so great to hear that Capstone is really making an impact in this space. If our viewers were interested in learning more about these investments, how can they go about obtaining more detailed information?
Yes, great question, Trent. So the first step is to reach out to your portfolio manager for additional information. If you are new to Capstone, please contact the office directly to speak with one of our portfolio managers regarding these offerings. And that is all the time we have for today. So for myself, Janet Kim Singh, and my colleague Trent Heppner, we wish you all the very best and look forward to another installment of Your Wealth Matters. Take care, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.